Wait, I wanted to record. Hmm, we're live. Awesome.
We are.
We are totally live right now.
Ooh,
Are you excited?
excited as I always am.
How excited are you that we're home?
uh, extremely, extremely excited, but it's like, what are we home for? 3 days?
We're home for all of 72 hours before we
Go
head
on the
for
road for 10
sunshine.
days.
Yes. Yes.
So right back at it. But at least we were home the whole day today. We weren't supposed to be home the whole day today. We were
Yeah.
supposed to fly in today, but we had to make shift in the middle of the tournament yesterday. Or no, we did that on Sunday, right? And then we got flights for last night.
We made it home. It was
As the
great.
snow flurries started to fall on us at the airport.
I know. But I was so grateful. This is like when we flew home, it still kind of feels surreal that we live in Texas and that
Yeah.
we're able to get on a flight and it took an hour and a half to fly home, which is just like it's gnarly. I
Yeah.
feel so fortunate that we finally, live in the middle of the country and it's this easy to get home. So
Yeah. I had to fight off like the biggest panic attack before we flew yesterday as we were waiting in the airport.
why? Because of all the like plane crashes lately?
Well, as I was scrolling on Twitter, I have no idea how this popped up in my feed, why it was in my feed, why it was relevant or whatnot. But it was an animated recreation of the woman who got sucked out of the Southwest window in 2018 on a flight to Dallas. So, what were we about to do
Fly to Dallas.
on?
Southwest.
Oh my God. So that's why I was like, I can't show you guys this. I can't show you this. Like, I got to keep scrolling. And literally, like 4 scrolls later, I saw the crash that happened in Toronto. And I'm like, and there was snow. And of course, what was happening outside?
Snow.
So I was like, if there is one more sign that I come across, like I'm not getting on this
Are
plane.
you serious? Would you have made us all get off?
You guys are all adults. You can make your own decisions. I would have figured it out. I would have called somebody who I knew was driving back or anything. I don't know. Hitchhike, plane, trains, and automobiles minus the plane.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's special. But I'm glad we made it home.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, we
yeah.
made
It
it.
was a very uneventful flight. The
An uneventful Uber drive actually to the airport, which was great.
yeah. Well, the guy at the Southwest counter made up for it. He was a real gem.
Yeah, he was not the greatest, but
He was. I don't know if he was having a bad day or just not very friendly or a huge combination of the two.
I kind of feel like since we've flown Southwest this year, like it's really like kind of cattle call. I miss Delta. I hate that there's not a Delta hub here. I so miss that. Um, I mean, it's been fine. Like I guess we live in the middle of the country, so it's only you know an hour and a half. So I felt like we could do it. And we're flying Southwest again to Orlando this week. So
Mhm,
we're trying it out. We're
mhm,
trying something new. That's a good thing.
mhm. What are you most excited about for Orlando? I already know, but it's called setting you up.
Um, Katie wants to know if I'm going to the Sunshine Qualifier or if we will be at the Sunshine Qualifier.
We will in
Sure.
our nice warm
Yeah.
weather in Orlando.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Mhm.
And in the off days, I will be doing my work by the pool.
Yeah,
So
we're about to have temperatures with negative wind chills here the next 2 days.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. That's gonna suck. But I am looking forward to being in the sun. And then just in case you don't know, Disney World is my favorite place. Like,
Never heard of it. What is that?
and Chris refuses to go or even entertain. And so we like, I used to take my kids every year. So I'm having a really hard time with the fact that I'm going to Orlando and we'll only go to Disney Springs, but
Yeah. I,
we'll,
I'm I grew up in Anaheim under the shadows of the Disneyland fireworks every night. I could stare out my window and see a little peek of it,
mm,
But I don't know the last time I've even been to Disneyland. I don't even like to
That's
drive
the
by
only reason
Disneyland.
that you need to just suck it up, Buttercup, and go. Like that's what needs to happen. You need to experience Hollywood Studios. You need to experience Dreams
Need,
Around the World in Epcot, which I think
need.
you love. Yes, need, Christopher.
That is not remotely close to any of my needs.
Okay, well, let's move on. I'm very excited that we're going to Sunshine. It'll be great to spend some time in the sun.
Yeah, we
And
don't have to bring a blanket in the car like you just did when we ran a quick errand right now.
yeah, it'll be good. Okay, let's talk Triple Crown. We survived a Triple Crown like the whole tournament. We survived day 3. It was a really long day, and the girls at the end like were absolutely exhausted.
They
So
were. You know what was exhausting more than the girls was the DJs.
you
I like it's already loud in the gym, and I like the DJs. I think just took away from it. It was so loud. We had a couple college coaches telling us like their head is pounding. Like it was a great event, but I don't I mean if they don't bring back the DJs, I wouldn't miss them.
Oh, I liked the DJs. I thought it was a good touch.
You did.
I did. But
Mm,
that's more my thing, you know that.
it is. It is. The one DJ was all Ric Flaired out with the.
I never saw
You
them.
never saw him? Oh my
I feel like
goodness.
you and Derek were commenting, but I
And
actually
Sam.
didn't
Or
see
Sam
and
too.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of Triple Crown, it was a Triple Crown day for TAB, winning 15s, 16s, and 17s. That is like I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think one club's ever won 3 Triple Crowns like that.
it's pretty amazing. You know, it was funny in the volleyball moms like Facebook group, which is really not always the best place to go. It feels like a very toxic environment often, but somebody put what is in the water in Texas, the fact that there
Well,
were
the NTR, the North Texas region specifically.
right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mad Frog won 12s. Dallas Skyline won 13s. Dallas Skyline got second in 14s. We talked about TAB 15s, 16s, and 17s, and they didn't have a finalist in 18s. They're kind of slacking, they got to get on it right there. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I don't know what it is. It is kind of crazy. I mean, back in the day, Southern California kind of, would dominate like that at a time, but it's just like, I mean, the North Texas region has just taken over and is just on its own level.
The cool kids have moved to Texas, I hear.
Well, I know the cool couple has.
All right. Well, let's talk rankings and how did you do, Christoph? Like at the end of the day, as you evaluate your rankings, your preview and predictions, how'd you do?
Well, first of all, we're going with the Christoph on the live, and you
I
got to
don't know how that came. How did that come
I
out?
think it was on the Southwest ticket. I don't know. We'd have to ask Sam, but I think it didn't print the R, and it just said Christoph.
Okay.
I could be wrong there, but
Awesome.
anyways, it's like I said, just don't give me a bad name.
Okay.
So the division that I don't know how you want me to say it, since I do put the rankings together, but we killed it in the 14s. Like the 14s, like boom, out of here, Homer. Like we killed it, we crushed it. So our number 1 team in the nation, A5, won it all. There was only one team outside of our top 10 that finished in the top 8, and that was Dynasty, and we have them ranked at 13th. So Skyline took second. We have them at number 4. Coast and Dynasty tied for 3rd. Coast we have ranked at number 7. Arizona Storm, KC Power, Legacy, and Mad Frog all tied for 5th. We have Power at 2, Legacy at 3, Mad Frog at 5, Storm at 10. I'm gonna say we crushed it. We crushed it.
Well, considering I have nothing to do with the rankings, we could totally give you credit.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That was very nice of you. That was
Are
very
you
nice.
gonna pump your chest with how excited you were that you called it?
Well, I mean, A5 was the only team that I predicted to win who actually won.
Mm-hmm.
So they're by far my new favorite right now at this point in time. I don't really have favorites, but
Kari Knots might be my favorite.
yeah, she's not too bad to watch play volleyball.
She's amazing.
Yeah, it's just I don't like she leaves me speechless. Like I don't even have like I try to describe her and I'm like it falls short. You got to go watch and just sit there and like, oh my god, just like everybody.
Okay.
What division do you want me to go to next?
All right, so we chatted 14s. Let's go 15s.
Oh well, 15s we did pretty good on 15s too. Like actually pretty good. No team outside of our top 20. Or all the teams that finished in the top 8 were in our top 20. We had 2 teams outside of the top 10. T Street, who we ranked number 16th, got runner up. They look to be really improved, by the way.
Yeah.
That they added a couple players. Like that team's a lot better. And then Coast 15s, we have them ranked number 19th, and they tied for 7. I'm sorry, A5 is number 11. They're just outside the top 10, but they tied for 3rd, and really good tournament for them. They kind of struggled a little bit early on at the first tour stop in Houston when we saw them, and that was a little surprising given the year that they had last year. Mm-hmm. But they showed what they can do. Of course, TAV won the 15s. We have them at number 4. Legacy tied for 3rd. We have them at number 10. Houston Skyline, Mad Frog tied for 5th. And we have Mad Frog at 6. Houston Skyline at 7. And then we talked about Alamo, right? To see like, hey, what we bumped them up to number 5 in our national rankings, and they tied for 7th. So I mean, they kind of showed that they're the real deal, and I didn't look dumb for putting them so highly ranked. But that's a really good showing. I don't know. I guess we did pretty well in 16s too. Now looking at it, 6 of the 8 quarterfinalists are ranked in our top 10.
That's very good.
That's really good, really good. Tri-State Elite was kind of the odd one out. They tied for 3rd. We had them at 26th coming in, so either I missed or they had an incredible tournament or both. But yeah.
Did you see them at Central Zone while I was?
No, they didn't come to Central Zone. So
so that was the first time you saw them
this season. Yeah. And I watched plenty of them. But like a really incredible tournament for them. And then we talked some about Arizona Rev. We have them at number 17. So I mean that's respectable, top 20 and taking 2nd place.
Miranda wanted to know, anyone predict AZ Rev to move from 12th to 2nd and 16th?
Probably nobody outside of their club. I mean, I don't know. No. I mean, like we talked about it, like they're a really good team. I mean,
yeah,
we've watched them and they're going to battle. So, I mean, did it surprise me that they got to the finals? Yeah, but is it like one of the most shocking things? No, far from it. TAV, obviously, we've mentioned a couple times now. They won 16s. We have them ranked number 2 in the country. Club V.
So, because people are going to ask and they're going to be curious and they're going to want to know, the question is, how does Triple Crown impact? Like when you go back to the drawing board and you have to update the rankings, which I know you've started to work on today. We're editing up the yin yang because we have so much video, like so much video from the weekend. So we're trying to get through that. So we'll be posting a ton all this week, y'all. Well, it's me that's lagging. I'm exhausted. So we got home at 1:00 in the morning and had to take the kids to school. I should say that my loving husband took the kids to school, which was amazing and let me sleep in. But yeah, I felt like I ran a marathon. So I have not done much. I even came on this live without makeup, which is really a sin. I never do this, but I am. Okay.
You couldn't tell a difference.
Oh, shut up. Okay. So
how does Triple?
How does that? Yeah. So really, truly, because people are going to be curious. So, I know your process in terms of ranking before you go into it. But now, like the rankings have been announced, you've put out your rankings. Now you have to update them. So can you kind of talk people through like, what is that process for you? Like, are you watching just the overall talent? Does the finish, like how much does that finish impact the ranking versus the level or the potential that you see in the recruits on the court?
Well, what I do, I take what I think out of the equation because it's not about what I think truly. I try to put rankings together solely on results because part of my thinking is if I think this team is the best, I'm just going to keep them at number one. And it's like, okay, but are they really the top team? It's like, where are you getting that from? Oh, just because you think. And then the reason I don't do it based on my thought, I think it's kind of insulting to the teams on the court, to be honest. I mean, they're the ones out there playing, they're the ones competing. And then you have some guy over here saying, well, I know you won, but I don't think you're better than that team. Huh. So I think it's really arrogant, to be honest. And just so no, I strictly look at results and try to take myself out of it completely. And it's not about who was on the court, who was playing. Oh, well, this girl was injured. Okay, great. I mean, that's unfortunate, but like you can't factor all that in. So it's just like wins, losses against two. I prioritize the latest results, right? So yeah, there's some teams like we talked about the first tour stop, but if somebody beats somebody then and the other team came back and beat them this weekend, I'm going to prioritize that win. So if they're 1-1, it's like who won more recently to me. And then there's some other factors like if they've played against common opponents and that sort of stuff. But Triple Crown's hard because everybody kind of beats everybody, and some teams could go 0-3 on day one, but then they end up tied for third or tied for fifth. So day one's kind of tricky to deal with. So I kind of prioritize the bracket play, if you will, like, hey, you won when you had to win versus. So it does have a big impact. I mean, it's going to be hard for the teams who won it to not put them at number one, because most of the results are going to factor out. And then we'll go through so what is this, February? So we'll update them going into qualifying season, and then we'll have some qualifiers in March, and then we'll put the next set of rankings out after we've gone through some few qualifiers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it has a huge impact. So
Jody says, is your rating not based on data? But I think what you said really outlines that it's all based on data.
Yeah, I mean, it's only based on one. And then, but like I said, it's still subjective, because everybody, I've been putting together rankings for a long time. And the one thing that really cracks me up is when people reach out or they say something, they're like, well, we beat so-and-so. Everybody wants to talk about beating so-and-so. I said, okay, you're right. That's a fair and accurate statement. Nobody wants to talk about losing to so-and-so. And that's where I'm like, I pay attention to also the losses, right? So yeah, I know you beat so-and-so, but do you want to know who you lost to? You lost to so-and-so. Like, you have one really great win, so you think you should be ranked higher than that team. But let's talk about the three teams who aren't ranked that you've lost to. So anyways, you might have tell that's a little personal peeve, but it's okay.
The other thing that I think would be important to just kind of highlight is our overall like player rankings, because I think that a lot of times people don't quite understand what goes into the player ranking. So I know we haven't wrapped up Triple Crown, but we are talking about ranking. So, talk a little bit about the differences between a 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star recruits, kind of the breakdown, and then, how that's really determined.
Yeah, well, we look at as a 5-star recruit as one of the top 20, 25 players in her class. There, it's a little bit based off of I can't think of the other company that does it, but for football, they have 32 5-star rankings around the country because there's 32 teams in the NFL, and they're basically saying these are the 32 first round draft picks. So we really want to limit it. We really want to be not just handing them out like candy, and then a top, then a 4-star is really a top 75 to maybe even 100 recruit, somewhere around there, because there's a bunch of good players. You got to think about all the girls who play volleyball around this country, and sometimes we get caught up. Like if you're one of the top 100 players out of your class, that's a phenomenal achievement, right? And sometimes I don't think we give enough credit and kind of just want to talk and focus about like the very, very top. But I mean, I played tennis growing up, and I had rankings in Southern California. I was ranked like 114th in Southern California. So where did that put me in the country? Like I would have killed to be like number 114 in the country. Like I would have been like, oh my God, I am so good, So, I mean, we got to give some perspective to that, right? And then a 3-star recruit is you're somewhere, top 250, 300, somewhere like that. So we do give out a lot of 3-stars. We don't really want to go below 3 stars, because then you get, well, I don't know. We don't want to be too, what's the word, negative or whatever. What we've talked about, what we've kicked around, and it's just really difficult, is going to half stars. Like, are you a 3-star or 3.5-star, 4.5 stars? Because there are some players who aren't really a 3-star, but they're not really a 4-star. They're kind of in between, and you're like, okay, like we're probably better than a 3-star, but you know what? You're like, so should we do a 3.5? Maybe we'll eventually get there. But I mean, one of the things is when you talk to certain people about players and recruits and whatnot, it's so hard to get a consensus. You can have a couple coaches you talk to are like, oh my God, this girl is phenomenal. Like she is a top 20 player for sure. And then you can talk to a couple other coaches. They're like, she's not even in the top 75. And these are people who know volleyball, like way more than I will ever know volleyball. And they can't come to an agreement. So that's part of it. It's so subjective. And you really, like one of the conversations I like to have is you're never going to be 100% right. There is no such thing as being 100% right. But there probably is something about being 100% wrong. And you can't ever be 100% wrong, or at least that's the goal, is like, I got to avoid being like just so wrong,
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we talked about 15s. I kind of feel like our energy level is the girls at the end of day 3.
Well, it's not everything can just be like a 70s disco party.
Okay.
Sometimes this is more of like an 8th grade slow dance. Did you slow dance like that in 8th grade?
No, I didn't.
Well, you probably had more guys to dance with than I did.
Did you dance with guys in 8th grade?
Oh, I was just seeing if you got that joke. No.
I never get your jokes.
No. I was like the shyest kid. I would just stare at everybody else dancing and be like, oh, what just happened here?
I don't know. Are you talking about me?
My screen just went like completely blank.
Oh, well, I still see you and we can hear you. So keep talking. Oh, you're gone. Oh, he's out. Are we both out? No, I'm still on. Okay. Christoph is off. He'll have to come back. Do you want to come in here? You're going to have to come in here. Okay, so we were talking about 16s, or we were going to talk about 16s, and then Chris went off on, I don't know, slow dancing and 8th grade dances. I don't even know how that topic came up, but I did not do a whole lot of dancing, I don't think, in 8th grade, and definitely no slow dancing. Maybe we did. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't have the greatest memory. So we're going to get back to it and talk about Triple Crown. We're going to talk about the 16s still, the 17s. I watched an incredible match in the 17s. It was TAV 17 Black versus Winter Park. And that match is unreal. It went 3 sets. The girls were so exhausted at the end. And it was pretty wild. So we'll get to that. Ooh, you're back. Look at you.
Like computer just shut down and restarted. I had to send a report to Apple. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, I was talking about the 17s match of TAV and Winter Park, which was gnarly, like a gnarly match. I also watched them play Skyline and they beat 17 Ping. So that was pretty exciting. And I have a bunch of content of that. So I'm going to keep posting and sharing. But let's go back to 16s and then we can, unless you want to just talk about 17s since I'm already talking about it.
Well, 17s was not quite as good for us. It was actually by far, I think, the worst division. But TAV, we did have as the #1 team in the country, and they did win it. Okay, so that's good. But we only had 2 other teams in our top 10 finish in the top 8. Austin Skyline and Dallas Skyline finished tied for 5th, and we have Dallas Skyline at 3, Austin Skyline at 6. But everybody else, it's like A5 took 2nd. We had them at 18. Mad Frog tied for 3rd, 15. Winter Park tied for 3rd. We have them at 24. Game Point. Yeah, Game Point and Illini Elite tied for 7th. We have them at 25, 27 respectively. So, you know, I like I said, I go back to like, I don't know if I missed really bad or if these teams just had a great weekend. Time will tell, but there's always some prizes, some surprises. So,
yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see Game Point. We'll see Winter Park not this weekend, but in 2 weekends when we're there. Yeah. We'll see A5. I'm sure they're going out there. So I don't know when we'll see Illini Elite again. I watched quite a bit of them at Central Zone. So they're having an amazing start. I got to look into them a little bit more. I don't know if they typically don't play qualifiers. They don't
go to the qualifiers, but I think you see them at Bluegrass.
Yeah.
We aren't doing World Challenge, but you're doing Bluegrass, and I'm going to MEQ for the littles.
Right. But I mean, we talked about the North Texas region in general, but in 17s for them to have 4, or Austin Skyline is part of Lone Star. So 3 out of the top 8, but Austin Skyline coming in representing Texas. Really awesome.
Are you feeling proud of yourself in this moment?
Well, not about the 17s. No, that was not brag worthy.
Okay.
We did pretty well. Our 18s was kind of hit and miss. We had Wave won it all. Congrats, Wave. I had picked Wave to win 16s and 17s, so I knew a Wave team was going to win.
Oh, that's what we're going with.
Totally. I just got the age group wrong, but we had Wave at number 4, so that's pretty good. Sports Performance took 2nd. I was really high on this team, and we actually have them ranked at number 2 in the country. So that's good. Coast, our number 1 team, tied for 7th. NPJ out of Oregon, we had at 9. So we had them as a top 10 team. They tied for 5th. So that was good. But we really missed on a couple teams. Club V tied for 3rd. We had them at 33rd or at 33. far out, tied for 7th. We had them at 42. So it's kind of
I think you'll have those updated.
probably make a difference in our next edition, no doubt. No doubt.
When are you updating them?
I hope to get them updated. Well, with the 14s and starting this weekend in Sunshine, I hope to get the 14s out before Sunshine starts,
Okay.
and everything else out by next week ahead of the qualifier.
Okay.
So kind of can start going off them and seeing how everything makes a difference. So it takes quite a while to go through everything, 4 to 6 hours, sometimes 8.
What are you most looking forward to in Florida?
What am I most looking forward to in Florida? Well, I talked to you about this and you said we're going live tomorrow. So I got to hold some content back. I can't give it all out.
You can give it all out. We'll talk about something else tomorrow.
Well, what do you want to talk about tomorrow then?
Well, we need to invite another coach on. So we've got to figure out somebody that doesn't have practice and text around. If you're watching and you're a coach and you want to come on, you got to hit Chris or I up so we can chit chat. It'd be fun to talk to some other coaches, just kind of the wrapping up of Triple Crown. And then I'm really curious, like who's going to the Triple Crown event in June, because I added that to our schedule, to kind of prioritize going. I've actually heard quite a few coaches share, that they're kind of into going. Like they're thinking this would be a really, really good warm up before nationals and just kind of the timing of it. So I'm kind of curious to see, if anybody's travel plans change. And it's such a hard time because of all of the college camps that take place, in those first 2 weeks of June. Triple Crown's assuring everybody that they will put on their elite college camps, which is great. But those camps are also a huge, revenue generator for the clubs, for the college coaches who get, their travel, and then they make some extra coin, which is kind of cool. So it'll be really interesting to see kind of how that June event shakes out and who ends up going. I know First Alliance, and I think Milwaukee Sting is actually also committed to going. At least that's what we had initially heard. We talked to Jacob and he was interested in taking the drive teams. He really would love 4 to 5 Triple Crown events a year. He said. I don't think that anybody would disagree, actually. So
yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I was trying to look up to see if the Triple Crown, because you can see their team list for the event we just went to. I was trying to see if I could find that real quick to see if they had that up.
I don't think they're going to post it till a little later because they were working the floor, talking to people on the floor this past weekend, and I think they're working on it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But it's in Mesa, Arizona, that huge facility that we've been to that is the loudest.
Oh my gosh.
It's the loudest facility. I am convinced it's the loudest facility in the country. I used to think Momentous was bad, but that place is like ridiculously loud. Like ridiculously loud.
And we haven't even been in it when it was at full capacity. We go out there for the Nike Tournament of Champions for high school, and they don't use all the courts. They only use like half the facility. and it's like crazy loud. So I mean, if all the courts are being used in there, I mean,
that's gonna suck. I'm gonna bring my I may have to just leave my AirPods in as much as you hate that. But
yeah, I think we're also officially old if we're starting to complain about how loud stuff is.
Well, you get a headache when you're in there all day. You don't call me old. You think I'm old? Do I look old?
I said we. Yeah. Okay, I think we're getting a lot wiser when we start complaining about how loud stuff is. Is that better?
Okay. No, that sucks too. I don't like that description.
Probably does.
All right. Well, I'm glad we came on. I know everybody's waiting for content. We're producing.
We have a lot of cool videos coming.
We have a ton of cool videos coming. I've been working like a snail today. Actually, I've worked my ass off all day, if you want to know the truth, but
You have.
I haven't done like the voiceovers, by the way, are really
Mm.
it's not that they're complicated, it's that aside from waiting on some kids to get back on how to say their name
Right.
and some delays there at times, because I don't like to butcher anybody's name, but outside of that, sometimes it takes me like 20 times to say, uh, to get through the voiceover script. Like even with the script in front of me, you slip up here and there, and I don't know. So
We have a bird who squawks, messes
oh,
stuff up.
Mackie does squawk, and that makes it more challenging.
Way
Yep.
more challenging. You know who also worked super hard today? Minnie.
No, Minnie laid on the couch.
Minnie always works hard every single day.
She's sleeping behind me on the floor.
Oh, that's our almost 200-pound Mastiff who
Sleeps with Chris. He's going to do a tutorial on how to sleep with the dog because apparently none of us sleep with her the way we're supposed to sleep with her. So he's going to give a tutorial. That kind of sounds not good, but
No, well, you guys slander her. You guys try to say, "Oh, well, she pushes me off the bed and she takes the territory," and it's
I've
slander.
fallen off the bed in the middle of the night.
It's
Or not in the bed.
it's slander. She's just looking for a little support. So you got to support her.
No.
She supports me. We kind of put our weight together, lean into each other, and then it's like super comfortable.
No, she has
And she keeps me warm because of her body heat.
She's literally shoved me off the bed. I have fallen off the bed in the middle of the night because of her weight and her shoving you over.
I don't see, that's where I disagree. You're slandering our dog. It's just you did something you weren't supposed to do. Like you didn't have correct weight distribution or like awareness or like body control. I don't know.
No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous that you try to blame falling out of a bed on a dog.
Listen, Devlin is in the same category. Like the same thing happens to Devlin. We're the two. Like even Kiki, she shoved Kiki off the bed, and she's like less than 100 pounds.
Okay, but Minnie's got all the weight advantage on Kiki.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, for sure. Kiki wanted to join so bad tonight. Maybe we'll let her come on tomorrow.
Yeah, is she in that room with you or no? Is she around you?
I don't know where she's at.
Oh, she missed out. She wanted to come on and she wanted to do her eyebrow thing. I don't know how she does that. How she can do her Kiki. Do you want to do your cameo? She wanted to come and like show you how she can like control her eyebrows.
Yeah.
She can control her eyebrows in a really
She has amazing face control. She really does. She can do like stuff I can't even do.
She's kind of like Jim Carrey in her. I don't want to stretch my eyes because I don't want to get old, like I've been telling you. But she kind of does this like whole thing. The bird's now saying what? Because I'm Kiki. Oh, she's upstairs.
Yeah, she missed out. It's a good tease though. Make sure you come back tomorrow night to see Kiki's amazing eyebrow raise. I don't know, what do you even call it?
I don't know. She might be with her brothers right now. They're all hanging out. They missed us so bad when we were gone. Well, Derek was with us, but Devlin and Kiki missed us so much. And the house was so clean when we got home. That was so nice. My mom did such an amazing job.
Yeah, that was kind of stunning.
It was. It was nice to come home to a clean house, though.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah, we talked about that. And the laundry got done. You didn't even have to do anybody's laundry. Were you so stoked about that?
I was.
Oh, I told the kids that they had to bring the laundry down to like surprise you that they had actually done it because I wanted them to do it before, like without you knowing. I wanted you to think that like they just brought it to you, and then my mom did it for you. She did their laundry for you. And most people are probably thinking like I would do the laundry, but I don't. I don't even drop off the dry cleaning.
Yeah. You start a load of laundry and it's still in the washer 2 days later.
I forget it. I totally forget. I totally forget that I put anything in there.
And then it smells, so you got to wash it again, and then you forget again, and then like it stays in like that cycle for like 3 weeks.
No, it's never been that long. Shut
I
up.
know. It's
But
called
it's
hyperbole,
but it is what is that?
extreme exaggeration.
Oh, yeah. That's like the English major in you. Journalism. What did you major in?
Smarts.
Yeah.
No, journalism, communication, yes.
Well, you do like to correct everybody. Like when they're like everybody in our house, you totally like correct everybody and tell us how to speak.
Mm. I don't. Maybe.
You do.
Maybe.
May I have this? What is your
I
favorite?
don't. I don't look at it like correcting. I look at it like encouraging.
Encouraging.
Yeah, like I'm
Encouraging proper
encouraging.
English?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow. I think it's you loving to correct everything. When the kids ask you if they can have something and what do you say? I don't know, can you?
Well, I mean, they can. They can or they can't. Like they're capable. I don't want to say you're not capable. Like, yeah, I mean, you can. You can ask, may I have it?
Oh, that's what you do. Yeah. I don't
Mhm.
even know your proper English. You do it to me sometimes too.
Wow.
You totally
Maybe,
do.
maybe try learning.
I don't know. It's really complicated.
I know. I know. My mom used to hate me for that too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's
Wait,
like, oh, okay. So you expect me to do all the work here?
Kiki and I both say that to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. It's just the way I show my love and affection. Like I kind of mess with you and tweak with you a little bit.
Hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. What do I do to deserve that?
You're amazing. So you get my love and affection. That's yeah. You've earned it. So
I've earned it.
you should bask in it. Be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. He
Okay.
cares so much.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't have any more stories for tonight. I thought Kiki was going to come down and demo her
Yeah.
eyebrow, but she'll have to do it tomorrow. I don't.
Well,
I don't know if we're going to go live tomorrow or the next day. Definitely by the next
well,
day.
people should DM you. Mm,
Mm,
any topics or anything they want to know, any lowdown, we can look into it. We can research it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're contemplating a reality show. That's something to chit
Well,
chat.
that's a long ways off. So
Yeah.
maybe not spill everything
Okay.
quite yet.
Well, it'd be good to know if they want that.
Yeah. You know what I'm hoping for? The school getting canceled tomorrow because of the weather. So we can sleep in a little bit.
Well, it's my turn to take him tomorrow.
And since we're on the road so much, it'd be nice to have the kids home for a day.
That is true.
Maybe we just don't send them to school tomorrow.
We've already run out of those days.
Yeah, but we can just say we're from California. We're scared of death of the weather, and we don't know how to drive like this.
I don't
And they
think.
would totally believe it.
Can anyone comment and tell us if that's like a thing? Can you?
It's a total thing. And if not, I just made it a thing.
You can't do that.
Says who?
You totally.
Why are you trying to place limits and barriers on me being able to establish something as a thing or not, which I'm already certain has been established as a
We're
thing?
so out of days. The kids have no days. If they take a day off, they have to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Go to the
They're going to doctor safety.
doctor. Do you want to show your eyebrow thing? Kiki just came. Do you want to show your eyebrow thing?
Well, I'm zipping up my jacket.
You don't have to zip up your jacket.
No, I look better like that.
Well, no one's gonna see like your whole body.
Well,
You're gonna demo your.
this is better.
It's
There
better.
we go. Okay, I'm back.
Okay. We were
Hi,
talking about your eyebrow thing. Do your
Yeah.
eyebrow thing. Do it. Show everybody how you can. Oh, look. How do you do that? And then do your one like. What is mewing?
That's
You
mewing.
should do it. You should do it. Just do that. Just do that.
I don't know, but I don't know what I'm doing.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You got to do this and like suck your cheekbones in or something. There you go. Yeah.
This is how you know I'm getting old because I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Are you happy that you're on? You got to make
Yeah.
your camera.
I hope they cancel school, but not Kiki's practice. You know,
I hope they cancel school. Yeah.
we're Texans now, so we got to prioritize sports over school.
Wait, you want to see my setting?
No, we're done.
Yes.
All right. There's no place for you to set anyway.
Says
The
who?
office. And you
Says
We
can't-
don't even we don't run an offense in the house. I've already told you. If we're gonna run an offense, we need to go outside.
and it's like 12 degrees or something
It's-
like ridiculous.
The volleyball would just
Feels
become
like
a nice ball.
Okay. It feels like 13. It's fine.
Okay. We're done. The live is over for tonight. We will join tomorrow. You're gonna do your eyebrow thing.
I can do it too.
No, you can't. You just want your wait.
Oh my god, you should be like a professional eyebrow.
That's not
person.
how it works.
How do you know?
I was telling everybody how he corrects our English.
Oh yeah. Whenever we say "can we," he's like, "Yeah, you can." But whenever we say "will," then he's fine. He doesn't correct us when we say "will."
Or may, right?
No.
May I have a soda?
No. I say "will." Wait.
No, you say
Well,
may.
No. That's
Oh, you can say yeah. Sometimes you say, "Can you do this?" or you say, "Will you do this?"
yeah. I say, Can you do this?" And then I correct myself, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, will you do this?" Because you've been freaking you've been always in our face doing that. You've been like, "Will."
You're welcome.
Will?
You're welcome. You know what you're going to be doing when you have a child? The same thing. Same
I'm
thing.
not.
When your kid says, Mom, can I? You're going to be like, yeah, you can.
I'm
And
not.
then you're just going to sit there and wait for them to say, will you?
I'm not doing that.
You will. I promise.
I'm not doing that.
You won't. Okay. All right. Well, that was our Triple Crown breakdown. A very exhausting night. It
Yeah.
was great to see you all. Kiki's very excited to see you and show off her eyebrows.
Now you're doing them at the same time.
Okay. All right. Say goodbye. We're done.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.